dig in as we do each and every week on the Women's Basketball Podcast with our Her of the Week. Producer Dimitri, I'm going to need in post you to cue up the world's smallest violin, but I don't say that to belittle the efforts of our queen, Red Panda. Violin cues. In case you missed it, Red Panda, the popular, the legendary halftime entertainment at basketball games at the collegiate and professional level, took a tumble at the Commissioner's Cup final in Minneapolis last week, injured her wrist. Expectation is she should be ready to go for the college season. Mitch, what are your thoughts on Red Panda? Is she the greatest halftime entertainment of all time of sports in the United States?
Sure. I don't have
I did see an interesting halftime entertainer in Indianapolis, so I'm going to have to bring that up, but continue.
Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion about Red Panda. I have seen her in person a handful of times, and the first couple of times I was very impressed. But it's kind of like, I have a big disagreement with my wife about this, but I say this about fireworks. If you've seen one fireworks show, you've kind of seen them all. And so after seeing Red Panda is cool to see once or twice, and then I get it. It's fine. It's very impressive. What she does is incredible. But maybe what if we change the routine? I think that, I don't want Red Panda to get injured, and it's very unfortunate that happened. But I think the Red Panda does deserve a break. And maybe, just maybe, we don't have to roll her out for every sporting event. Like, it felt kind of underwhelming to have her at like the NBA finals. Wasn't she there for one of the games?
She was, yes.
Just considering like this is someone who just shows up to like a Thursday night game in Chapel Hill sometimes.
Or even Iowa City or Ames, Iowa, for that matter, or Gainesville.
Or like, the quarterfinals of the SEC women's basketball tournament, and like, oh, now she's doing Game 7 of the WNBA or the NBA Finals. Like, it just kind of feels a little okay. Maybe we don't have to have her at everything. She deserves a break, and I hope she gets some good rest.
I know I said I didn't want to be on the show tonight, but Mitch knows this because we had a private text about this. I hate Red Panda. I don't think it's impressive. I don't think it's interesting. I think it is garbage. I think it is the opposite of entertainment. And to echo what Mitch said, I'm not glad she got hurt, but can we all stop pretending we think this is f***ing awesome?
Okay, so Dimitri, hang there, because I have to ask you, did you see my video that I posted from Gainbridge Fieldhouse? And it's a popular WNBA halftime entertainment, evidently. The guy who stacks the chairs while he's climbing the chairs.
I have seen this, yes.
I apologize, Chairmaster, that I don't know your name or what your official title is.
That's a good name for it.
The Chairmaster. Do you like the chair? But the Chairmaster you like?
Yeah. I mean, it's more entertaining than Red Panda.
And Red Panda's on a unicycle.
Yeah, I mean, she's been on a unicycle for a while. I will say this. The chair stacking was, and I wonder if this is true of Red Panda's act as well. I don't know. The chair stacking used to be a very common thing in circuses. Like, that used to be a very common act. So I do feel like all of these people, like, you decide you're going to be a halftime entertainer, and there's just a catalog you have to pick your act out of.
Yeah. Sometimes at Duke women's basketball games, they'll bring like the local gymnastics club there. Right. And like, I find that kind of entertaining. Like, sometimes it's like, whoa, like that, 14-year-old girl can do whatever that is that I could never dream of doing. Or there was one time at a UNC game where they brought in like, they quickly set up these ramps and just had like dudes on BMX bikes. And like, that was kind of cool.
Sure.
But I just like, I've seen Red Panda like 15 times now, like just in covering, games.
But that
first time, it was cool.
Give me mascots that used to be members of men's college gymnastics team hitting a trampoline and dunking 8 days of the week. That's all basketball needs for a halftime show. Or here's an alternative for you: open mic night. Anybody in the crowd that has something interesting, come on down.
It's very dangerous because I know she's listening. Rebecca Kopelman, your dad 100% would have seized that moment. So I'm kind of glad that we had the Stairmaster. Shout out Alan, and we did not have open mic. Thank you, Dimitri. But
Yes.
I still have to give Red Panda her
Listen,
flowers.
I'm glad as someone that has
we're
done
happy
that.
she's okay.
Yeah. As someone that has done that, like I've gone flying over the handlebars of my bike and broken everything. I'm glad she's going to be okay because that could be so much worse. But yeah, screw her. The act is stupid.
Her of the week, Red Panda. Although we do have an honorary Her of the week before we get to this week's starting five, Mitch. We did want to give flowers as well to the 3 rookies who made the WNBA All-Star Game. It's the most rookies to make the All-Star Game since 2011. Paige Beckers, Kiki Iriafen, and Sonia Citron. Before we go any further, let's address the elephant in the room. Whether or not there were snubs for the WNBA All-Star Game. What say you, Mitch? Are you happy with all 3 of these rookies getting this opportunity? Because there's been a lot of flack in the streets that Paige Beckers was voted in by the fans largely. Not that a coach's decision didn't factor into it. And the idea of Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen making the All-Star Game, and yet Brittany Sykes, their running mate in the starting 5 for the Washington Mystics, who has had, as we've discussed on this podcast, a renaissance in DC this past season, not getting the call to head to Indianapolis in less than 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, I think Sonia Citron was deserving of a spot. I think she's been, next to Paige Beckers, in my opinion, the most impressive rookie that we've had this season. But I would concede that, like, among the snubs, I think Kayla McBride and Brittany Sykes were probably the most egregious and the most glaring. I mean, Brittany Sykes is putting up pretty incredible numbers this season, and Kayla McBride is also having a great season. And she was, you could say, like the clear number 2 on the Lynx last year, and like she's basically putting up identical numbers and doing some really great stuff for them this year. Yeah, it's tough because I don't really know like who I would cut. Like, there's nobody, I think, on the All-Star team that I'm like, oh, they don't deserve a spot, or whatever it might be. So yeah, it's tough, but I would say that yeah, Brittany Sykes and now I'm having a brain fart. Kayla McBride, are the 2 like glaring snubs to me.
I would add Azurá Stevens into the conversation after seeing her in person on Saturday.